Hey there, Cerise here. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a few points here I wanted to share with you guys based on a few of your questions. Okay, so let's just start right from the top. How can I get to the Dominican Republic? The Dominican Republic has 8 international airports, 5 cruise destinations, and a variety of marinas for boats and yachts of all sizes, as well as smaller airports for private planes. What documents are needed to travel to the Dominican Republic? A valid passport is required. You also need a tourist card, but that price for the tourist card is $10 American and it is already covered in your plane ticket. After April 25th, 2018, they included the tax price within your ticket. A lot of people will ask as well, because when they come down with young teenagers, they'll ask me, Cerise, what is the legal drinking age in the Dominican Republic? Because compared to Cuba, Cuba doesn't really have a strict drinking law. The Dominican Republic does, and people have to be the age of 18. Okay, in the Dominican Republic, you can buy and consume alcoholic beverages from the age of 18. This means that the bars do not admit children under 18, even if they're accompanied by their parents or an adult. Some people will ask, how does the Dominican Republic compare in size with Puerto Rico or Jamaica, for example? Well, located in the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic has an area of more than 48,442 kilometers squared, which means that Puerto Rico could fit in the country 5 times. Imagine that. Puerto Rico can fit in the Dominican Republic 5 times, and Jamaica 4 times. Due to its size and the variety of its terrain, the Dominican Republic offers visitors an incredible diversity of landscapes, including beaches, mountains, prehistoric caves, deserts, lakes, islands, rivers, and numerous waterfalls. That is why we say the Dominican Republic has it all. Many of you contact me and ask me about Spanish. You're like, Cerise, I don't speak any Spanish at all. How am I going to do in the Dominican Republic? And especially those of you who are a little bit older and you're coming here for lifetime retirement and you're not interested at all in learning the language. One, because you just don't want to stress yourself. Two, you may not have a good memory. Three, you may just feel like you don't want to. You just don't have the desire to. So, the Dominican Republic people are very friendly when it comes to language. That is why if you meet people who do not speak your language, they will surely be sure to help you. They will help you find someone who can assist you. I've noticed that here in the Dominican Republic, if they do not speak English, they will read. They know someone who does speak it. They won't just leave you hanging. And the staff of most tourist destinations, they do speak English. Most tourist destinations, not all Airbnbs, not all small boutique hotels, but again, you can always use your Google map, your Google app as well. And, but you don't have to worry. There's a lot of apps these days that can help you get by. And a lot of the Dominican people are patient and they will understand what the app is and they will understand that you're trying to speak to them. So don't worry about it. There's even on Google, you can speak into the app and it will speak back Spanish language for you. So it's very easy to travel here and easy to communicate with the people. They're very patient. A few of you will ask me, should you pack heavy sweaters? Like, how should you dress here? It's a tropical climate, but you also want to be prepared for any seasonal changes. And the Dominican Republic has a warm and sunny climate throughout the year. But it is cold in the morning and in the afternoon from November to March. And by cold, I say there's a little nippiness in the air. So you could wear a light windbreaker jacket or a light shirt, like a light sweater. Um, Nothing like wool or anything of that nature. Either it's like that in the city, okay? It's in the city or in the mountains. So it's essential to pack clothes with some layers. You should bring light cotton or linen clothes for the warm weather, plus swimsuits, a light cardigan, pants, and a light jacket. If you stay at a resort, be sure to pack an elegant suit for special occasions or a beautiful dress, something nice, high heels, because there are, at nighttime on the resorts, a lot of people like to dress up and go out for dinner. Now, you don't have to do that, but just make sure you don't show up in your bathing suit. If you stay in Santo Domingo, bring your regular city clothes. You don't want to be walking around Santo Domingo with a sarong on. It's very, very city. But if you're on the resort and that's all you're going to be on, then just bring beach clothes and pack a few clothing items if you want to leave the resort for any moment. Um, you want to bring nice things for the resort only because, again, at nighttime, a lot of people like to get together, especially if you meet people and you guys want to have some good memories and take some nice pictures. If you go to the presentation theater, any like out theaters, you will need a jacket. Jeans are not allowed if you go to the theater, they say the presentation theater, the National Theater. So I'm guessing that's in Santo Domingo. Also, if you're visiting churches or certain national monuments and museums, you may not be able to enter if you are in shorts or mini skirts, okay? Some government offices do not allow you to enter with a sleeveless shirt or closed shoes. Okay, so, or open toe shoes. Okay, so you really got to be careful with that as well. But just as long as you're coming here, don't worry. If you're just resorting it and just doing your thing, you'll be totally fine. Do not worry. And clothing, just think city, city, wherever you come from. Same thing in the city here. Country, country. And just think in the mornings between November to March, a little chilly, and in the evenings, a little chilly. So a light jacket. So don't worry about packing too much. So one question I receive a lot is, can you travel with your pet? Yes, you can. Before traveling with your cat or your dog, call your airline and ask for updated information. Okay? Find out the cost of transporting your animal on board or in the hold. Make your reservation early because some airlines restrict the number of pets that can be transported on a single flight. A health certificate is issued and signed by authorized veterinarian must accompany each animal. The certificate must state that the pet was examined within 30 days prior to departure and that it was found free of any infectious disease, that it has been treated against external and internal parasites, and that it was vaccinated against rabies. The rabies vaccination certificate must include the vaccination date, the established immunity period, the name of the product, and the serial number. Upon arriving in the Dominican Republic, at the airport, ask to speak with the animal control officer. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. The animal control officer who will review your veterinarian certificate and fill out the official pet entry permit from that form that is required. Okay, so this is a question a lot of you have asked, most of you. How safe is it in the Dominican Republic? That's a big one, a big question I get. And the Dominican Republic remains one of the countries with the lowest crime rates in the region. However, common sense rules, and it is better to take precautions just like when visiting a new country or a big city in the world. Do not show your valuables, such as cell phones and cameras, or don't be careless with them. You can show them. They all have cameras and cell phones here and everything. It's very common. People have very beautiful cell phones, Androids, and also uh, iPhones. So they have tablets. The children have tablets and everything. So you just have to be careful not to flash them carelessly. That's all. Use them discreetly when you are away from tourist areas. Leave the jewelry at home. Dress simply and do not wander through isolated streets during the day or night. Okay, you don't have to be extreme. It's just isolated areas and nighttime that you would have to be aware of in any country. So that's all. If you have a beautiful necklace that you love wearing and you feel comfortable bringing it with you, bring it. I see a lot of foreigners here with jewelry on, and I love my favorite pieces that I brought here too, and I wear them freely as well. But I'm not in isolated areas a lot, and I'm not out at night a lot. So I can say that this is for you people who like to go out late at night to the clubs and do the party scene. Don't take out all your valuables and don't be in isolated barrios, okay? And you'll be safe. And yes, the water. Is it safe to drink the water? And a lot of people don't drink the water here. Many people, they only drink bottled water. That's what they drink here, unless they're out in the mountainside and they're drinking from a natural spring. Now, the question is, can you drink the hotel water? Because you would think that it would be safe. And no, it is not safe to drink the tap water in the Dominican Republic since it is not purified. Always drink bottled water. It's available in abundance at your resort or in the stores, the supermarkets. You can get water everywhere. Driver's license. Is it valid in the Dominican Republic? Yes, it is, but only for the duration of your legal stay. That is, up to 30 days or the term of your visa. So if you get your visa extended to a year, 9 months, whatever, 3 months, 6 months, then your driver's license is legal. But if you come here and you stay over 30 days, which many people do, and they just pay the tariff tax at the airport. If you stay over 30 days without a visa, then your driver's license is not valid. You would have to leave the country and come back for another 30 days or extend your stay by getting a visa. So, cell phones. Yes, a lot of people ask that, and it's an important question because you want to stay connected where you are. And you can definitely bring your cell phone, and it will work here if it is on the GSM network. However, roaming costs will be high. Keep that in mind. The best option that I've noticed is to bring an unlocked phone and buy a SIM card here. The SIM cards right now go for about 150 pesos, which is $3 American, and you get a local phone number. You can obtain one with your passport or identification and activate it at any of the local telecommunication companies, including Claro and Altice. The SIM card costs, like I said, right now 150 pesos, but it's a really good thing to have because it will work on WhatsApp and you can just give your number to all your contacts and they can contact you there. And it also works on Wi-Fi. And you must purchase additional phone credit for your calls. The additional phone credit for your calls is just topping up your data. When you top up your data, it's $100 for 3 days, 150 for five, three for, I'm pretty sure, $3, 300 pesos, I think would be for 10 days. You would have to check that out at the Altice. Once you do get your number, you can then top up at a place called Loteca and Tetoca, and it's a Loteca. It's a lottery place, and you just buy a top up card and top up, and you put the code into your phone. Hey, so money, 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 money. A lot of you guys ask about money and what they accept here. Well, businesses in tourist destinations, including restaurants, bars, department stores, souvenir shops, and supermarkets, tend to accept dollars, American dollars, although you will receive a less favorable rate than in banks. With that being said, most prices in the Dominican Republic are in Dominican pesos. If you plan to make a large purchase in small shops and markets, negotiate first with the seller who may be interested in receiving payment in US dollars or euros. However, prices are fixed in supermarkets and in stores and shopping centers and places such of that nature. So more formal places the prices are fixed and it's very it's just there, you pay. But in marketplaces and stuff where people may want US dollars, you can negotiate with them, and that's usually a good thing. The best option is to use an ATM to withdraw in local currency at the best daily exchange rate. Be careful with the ATMs. Use one that is located within a bank, like Popular, Nova Scotia, Progresso, Santa Cruz, something of that nature. And use the banks during the day just in case no money comes out of the bank machine. You can always go into the bank and they can rectify it on the spot. Usually they do, or they can report it. And yes, so that's it. You guys can definitely use, like, for instance, there's a place called Goddess Lounge, and you can use US dollars there. A lot of people ask, what is better? Should they change their money at the airport as soon as they arrive? Well, the only advantage is the convenience to pay your airport taxi and your first few transactions. Like if you want to buy yourself a cold beverage when you leave the airport, and if you want to tip the guy who has your suitcases. Otherwise, if you have to change money, go to one of the main banks in the Dominican Republic. They use the central bank's daily exchange rate as a reference point for exchange transactions. So the difference in the exchange rate between the banks is insignificant. Banks close at 5 p.m. on weekdays, but most branches within shopping centers remain open until 7 to 8 p.m. ATMs are available in supermarkets and shopping centers until later. For security reasons, it is better to use exchange services or withdraw money from ATMs throughout the trip. So don't take all your money out at once. Don't arrive with like, $1,000 thinking that you can't get money out of the bank machines. You can. You just put your card in and the money will come out with the current pesos and also the currency. Sales tax. There is sales tax here. It is the ITBIS, tax on transfer of industrialized goods and services. It's 18% and applies to most purchases in restaurants, bars, and hotels. An additional 10% is automatically added as a service charge. Now, that is usually within the bill. You don't even reflect most times, but some restaurants do not reflect it within the bill. And you'll notice at the bottom of the bill, it will say an extra percentage. So when you're ordering your food and you're expecting to pay 300 pesos, just know that there's going to be taxes on each product, only in certain tourist bars and restaurants where I've noticed, not necessarily in the local Dominican restaurants and bars. Many people come on vacation and have limited mobility. That's what they're coming here for, right? They have aches and pains. They just want to come here in the sun and relax and enjoy the rest of their life. Perhaps they had an accident and they have massive injuries and they just want to come down here and stay away from the hustle and the bustle of the city. And what they do is they want to know, can they get around? Can they get around and be mobile? And you definitely can. Absolutely. Um, you know, there are very simple ways that you can get around here. There's scooters. If you can get on the back of a scooter, on the back of a motor concho. I notice that a lot of people who have sore backs, sometimes they rather get a private car delivery. I have a private delivery service, which is called motomade.com. You can contact me at 829-702-7726, and I will help you get around. Limited mobility is not a problem. What tropical food should you try? Well, I got to tell you, there is a lot of great food here. Dominican food is very diverse. In the morning, I usually like mango. It's green bananas, boiled and crushed, and some people put garlic and onions in it. Some people put, oh, it's just delicious. And it comes with fried eggs, fried cheese, and fried salami. It's the traditional Dominican breakfast. Today's grupes. Today's golpes. Today's like three golpes. And at noon, there is the typical lunch dish with rice, red beans, a stew of meat, and crushed green plantains, and fried in tostones. Now, there are, you can just ask for the plato del dia, and it's usually with chicken and rice and beans and salad. Very delicious. Also popular are the rinds of pork and fried rice with chicken, mofongo, and also pork, fried shrimp and garlic, fish in coconut sauce, stewed crab, and sea snail, roasted or stewed goat with boiled yuca, sancocho. It's a seven stew. Oh my gosh, seven meats in a stew, accompanied by avocado for dinner. And of course, don't forget to try the cassava bread here and leaf cheese, a handmade cow's milk cheese. Dominican desserts are also popular, very, very popular. Try grated coconut with cream, French beans with sweet, sour milk dessert, orange candy, milk candy, papaya and pineapple desserts, and guava paste. Oh, it's so delicious. Tropical fruit juices, they're everywhere. Oh, I love them. Often, tropical fruit is made here into juice with passion fruit, and that is called chinola. Guava, pineapple, orange, strawberry, mango, tangerine, and papaya. Do not miss the opportunity to taste some fresh sugarcane juice.